无论你因为什么原因来到美国，为了财务的安全，为了自由民主，还是更好的生活，还是被美国资本主义的红利所吸引，我们都希望能在这片土地上赚到大钱。因此，最吸引人的讲座可能就是你想赚到100万年薪吗？如何变成百万富翁啊？等等。那今天呢，我也想跟大家来聊聊这个话题。前几天一位可爱的小红薯发私信给我说：“安妮姐姐，我想请教一下关于某某公司。”那这里呢，我就不说出这家公司的名字了。他说我今天被一个刚认识的华人朋友拉过去听个宣讲。他说刚开始的时候，我真的是被100万年薪激动了。他这些老师个个都是100万年薪，有一个还高达400万美元，说是只要花120美元就行。但我怎么越听越像传销呢？他说还有其他一些内容让我更是怀疑。我以为美国不会有这种传销公司呢，因为这位小红薯他来美国才只有半年的时间，他不是在加州、纽约这种华人聚集的地方，是在我们所说的外州，可能他之前还没有接触到这类的华人圈子。我跟他说，你到网上搜一搜，很多人会告诉你这家公司到底是什么样性质的。在这里呢，我们也不管他这家公司是做什么的，我只想要告诉大家呢，不要被一些人忽悠了就好。不过今天我给大家请到的是一位真正100万年薪的人，我们的美国姐夫，请他和大家来聊聊如何可以在美国快速的赚到大钱。How to make quick money.
Quick money, that's always funny. I gotta tell you, unless you're lucky and hit the lottery or do something similar to that, you're not gonna make quick money. Then again, there are people who do make quick money, but for all the wrong reasons. They play on people's FOMO, which stands for fear of missing out. People always have this innate fear of missing out on an opportunity. People who take advantage of people's FOMO are basically playing on the two elements of human behavior, which are greed and fear. You have a fear of missing out, and you're also greedy. So when somebody pitches you something, they says, oh, you're going to make a lot of money quickly. Usually it's multi-level marketing of some sort of a Ponzi or pyramid scheme. You can't make money that way. They make money that way, but you won't make money that way. The fear of missing out is the #1 cause of why people do not make money in this country. It's just completely wrong. But you have to watch out for your FOMO as a starting point to making money in this country. So once you have your fear of missing out mastered, how do you make money? Well, remember, there's two elements. You have income and you have wealth. You need a good income to allow you to save, which means that you check your spending habits, save, and then invest those savings wisely. I talked about this in previous videos. Make money, so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about that. The key, however, to having the maximum amount of savings is having a strong income. Maximizing income. First of all, everybody should try to understand their tolerance for risk. Okay, because the tolerance for risk will give you an indication of what strategy you should take in arriving at maximizing your income. Risk also plays an important importance in managing your wealth, but let's just talk about income for a moment. If you're risky, you can afford to take more chances and you could think about having a business. If you're less risky, and I'm less risky, less risk tolerant, you want to think about being a professional. Being a successful professional requires dedication and perseverance. Dedication to your craft, a craft that you select for yourself. For me, it was being a CPA tax advisor. For someone else, it may be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer. It doesn't really matter. Pick something that you enjoy doing because you're going to be committing yourself to a quest that's going to take 10, 20, 30 years to be able to perfect and to master and to get to the pinnacle of income production. I'll give you an example. I started out as a young staff accountant at a Big Four accounting firm many years ago, and I did it because I knew the big firms could afford to train me, to make me a complete professional. I knew it was going to take time and dedication to earn my way into being the best. And frankly, only 1 or 2% of my starting class ever made it to partner. So I knew the odds were against me, and I knew I was going to have to be extra special in order to reach the pinnacle, which means I had to work long hours, I had to study, and I had to learn to provide outstanding client service so that I could then justify the firm making me a partner, which I made. Having even made partner doesn't mean you're necessarily done in your quest to become the best. It just provides you a good springboard to getting to the next level. Even as a partner, you don't maximize your income for at least 10 years while you're a partner. So you could be 20, 25 years or even longer in the profession before you start to make the kind of money that will allow you to save, which will allow you to accumulate wealth to make you a very happy and prosperous person in this country. That's the professional approach, okay? It's not a get-rich-quick approach like we talked about. You don't get rich quick in this country, but it's an approach for people who are less risk tolerant and have the gumption and ability to be an outstanding professional. Now let's talk about the people who are willing to take more risk. They may wish to start a business. Now, many of the people that I speak to who own their own business, who are, by the way, very wealthy, did not start day one with their own business. They went to work for someone else. They got to know the particular business that they were interested in. They learned the complete business model, the value proposition. They learned about distribution channels. They learned about supply chains. They learned the business. After learning the business, they thought about how they could take that business and make it even better. Because the key to this is competition. Is you always have to be the company that's doing it right or doing it better than the other guy in order to make lots of money. If you buy a business and just keep the business model unchanged, you will eventually lose money and go out of business because somebody will be doing it better than you. So you have to know yourself. First of all is you have to be dedicated, just like the professional, to improving their craft. A business owner has to be dedicated to improving the business, every aspect of it, to make it more competitive than the other person's. Now, what do I see in real life? I see people that have learned the craft, learned the business, and then at some point they literally go out and buy a business that's similar, or they start a business that's similar to the one they've left. Or sometimes, once in a while, they buy the business that they were, or elements of the business that they're working for. You never know when that opportunity is going to come up. But one way or the other, they get into the same business or a similar business, and they take that experience that they've had and their vision for improving upon that business, and they act upon it. This takes a lot of perseverance, and frankly is very risky because most businesses in this country fail. However, for those that have the right vision and capability and dedication and perseverance and frankly a little bit of luck and some financing, they can do quite well. Again, some of the wealthiest clients that I've ever run across did it by having a vision and executing upon that vision and having the wherewithal to run their own business into a very competitive situation where they could then make a lot of money. Okay, to summarize, let me say this. My parents came from the UK many years ago and got a foothold in this country. My parents tell me about their early struggles when they were young, getting started. Having an English accent was not necessarily a plus. However, speaking English was, and it certainly was an advantage. Many people come to this country not being able to speak English and not having it as a first language. Maybe it's a second language, maybe it's a third language. Either way, they don't speak English well. And for them, getting started in this country is very, very challenging. So what you need to be thinking about, and I'll summarize it, make it clear, a couple of points here. First is learn English. At least have a working knowledge of the English language sufficient for you to communicate with people who speak English as a first language. That will give you the ability to reach out beyond your local community, which will open up new opportunities for you, because this country's all about opportunities. And finding opportunities that match what you wish to do is the #1 goal here, whether it be a professional or as a business person. Secondly, play by the rules. This is a country of norms. Those that play by the rules, both in their professional life and in their business lives, succeed. Those that don't, over time, do not succeed. You may think you're getting a quick advantage, but over time, you lose. So play by the rules. My wife has dedicated a series of videos to people that are trying to make a living and trying to be successful in America. Listen to those videos. Know that there are people who can help you get to your destination, whether it be a professional or as a business person. But there's no substitution for having your own plan that fits your competencies, which fit your risk tolerance, which fits what you want to do, and taking that knowledge and the ingredients for success and melding them into a long-term financial plan for yourself. It can be done. People do it. It isn't easy. There is no FOMO. There is no getting rich quick. Stay away from that, okay? There is no fear of missing out because you're really not missing out on anything. There's just no substitution for being dedicated to your craft or your business and persevering, and with that and a little bit of luck, your success will be assured.